Conversation. Our reporter David Mudoka is live for us from the Parliament buildings ahead of that State of the Nation address. Mudoka, what's the latest from where you are?
Well, we are coming live from outside Parliament, and this is the Senate side where in the next 5 hours or so, President William Ruto will be arriving and make his way into Parliament to address the over 400 members of Parliament and senators on the State of the Nation. Indeed, it is his third State of the Nation address, having made one in 2022, just a few months after getting into office, and the other in November 2023. And this, of course, will be his third State of the Nation address. And it comes against the backdrop of planned Occupy Parliament protests, according to reports on social media. Of course, we've seen posts by several Kenyans who've said that this is the day when they will be occupying Parliament. Actually, just sitting outside here as President William Ruto makes his address on the State of the Nation and pass a message that they are not happy with the government of the day. And I'd like just to show you the situation outside Parliament at this very hour. Remember, this is 5 hours before President William Ruto arrives in Parliament and addresses the entire government as well as the country on the State of the Nation, more than 3 years after coming into office. And so, as you can see, it is slightly a bit deserted here, but members of the public who like to access several parts of this side of town are able to get there. Unlike other days, especially in the past few months when there were protests, when this area was actually cordoned off, you can be able to spot members of the public walking to either direction, as well as vehicles moving in either direction at this hour right outside Parliament. Indeed, we have also spotted hundreds of police officers, some on foot, others at the back of police lorries, and others actually at the back of police pickups that are making rounds in the entire CBD and actually in this particular area, just to beef up security in this area ahead of that third State of the Nation address by President William Ruto. And actually at the KICC building, which is actually adjacent to Parliament, we've spotted other hundreds of police officers there, as well as police lorries and other vehicles there, just on standby in case something happens. And so this is the exact situation here outside Parliament. And indeed, we expect President William Ruto to arrive here, speak on a number of issues, top among them economy, as well as the issue of violation of human rights. And this actually came about during the June, July, and August demonstrations, where according to the latest data by the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, over 60 people were killed in those 3 months alone. They also said over 600 people sustained severe injuries, ranging from bullet wounds to fractures on their limbs during that period. Also, over 1,300 arbitrary arrests were made by police officers, as well as 74 people who were abducted, and 24 to date are still missing. And so President William Ruto comes to address this particular Parliament and the nation against the backdrop of those issues. There is also the issue of corruption, and the name Adani has been in the mouths and the lips of Kenyans for several months now. Indeed, we have seen Kenyans oppose that. And just recently, and just a few hours ago, we've seen in the US, the Adani group actually been charged over bribery. And so we expect the president indeed to make various responses towards the issues that are being raised by Kenyans, most of whom feel that the government has underperformed and that President William Ruto does not deserve another term in office. And so we wait to see what kind of message he will be putting across this time round. Remember, last year he urged Kenyans to tighten their belts, saying that the country was on the right trajectory, the economy was recovering, and that Kenyans just needed to wait a little bit longer for things to get better. And so a few months later, fast forward to June 2024, when there was the finance bill of 2024, there were even more proposals on the increase of taxes, and Kenyans actually decided to take to the streets to demonstrate against that, and we eventually saw President William Ruto drop the finance bill of 2024. But again, as President William Ruto comes to address Parliament, there are concerns that some of the clauses in the finance bill of 2024 have been cleverly reintroduced into the Kenya's finance system, and so we now wait to see what will be happening. And right now, I would actually like to engage a few Kenyans who are walking around here, just to tell us what they expect from the president today. Indeed, thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Thank you.
This is the third State of the Nation address by President William Ruto. There are several issues affecting the country. What do you expect to see him address today here in Parliament, starting 2:30 p.m.?
Okay, as for now, I don't expect much because there is confusion in the country and people are really suffering. They talk, but they don't do the talk. They don't talk what they say. They don't do what they say. Let us wait and see, because I can't anticipate what he'll be saying, because as far as we are concerned, I don't think there is anything that is happening in the country. And that's why you see the public is so angry, and people are really not okay. Things are not okay in the country. So we expect the president to talk and walk the talk. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for putting it like that. He's saying, indeed, we expect the president to not only just talk the walk, but also walk the talk. And so from outside Parliament here, indeed, we'll be pitching camp just to see how the day pans out. Indeed, even as President William Ruto makes his third State of the Nation address, there are planned demonstrations which Dr. Resila Onyango, on behalf of the Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja, has said are illegal, actually stating through X earlier in the day that no notice had been given to the area OCS regarding those demonstrations, and so urging Kenyans just to move around and go about their business, as police officers will be here, not just in Parliament, but also in other parts of the CBD, to beef up security and ensure that no operations are interrupted. And so from outside Parliament, I'd like to take you to Kisumu, the lakeside region, where my colleague Judith Cherono is, to give us an update on what residents there feel about the upcoming State of the Nation address by President William Ruto.